The Student Government Association aims to represent the student body in hopes of fostering crucial development and growth for their medical school. Online opinions appear to be divided. While some view the association as merely resume padding for future doctors, others argue that a strong student government can profoundly influence their school community. This diversity of perspectives highlights the uncertainties many new medical students face when considering participation within their SGA and underscores the need for clarity on what type of person is right for the role. So let's talk about it.
Hello, everybody. I'm Frisha Saifi,
Hey everyone, I'm Jude Krenzel.
and welcome to Real Talk Med School. So, today I'm here with Jude to talk about his presidency in our Student Government Association. To begin, can you tell me a little bit about your roles and responsibilities as president?
One of my main roles is just to be the leader of the Student Government Association. We have different committees, from wellness to the treasury to social media, and my job is just to coordinate everyone, make sure everyone's on the same page. We all have the same agenda, the same goals, and that's the main part of my job. I also am involved in making sure all the clubs are organized, any requests from clubs, anything that they need. I'm the one that kind of leads that effort for whatever they're requesting. Leading the flow of meetings whenever we have an SGA meeting, just kind of like conducting it, making sure we're staying on topic. We're not talking about the same thing for too long, which has
Mhm.
happened many a times. But you just I see my role as a president more as a conductor more
Mhm.
than just like some type of like dominant leading position. I'm more like just conducting the
Mhm.
symphony. You guys are the different musicians and the different instrumentalists. I'm just like the conductor, make sure everyone's on the same page.
Yeah. Okay. Awesome. So what piqued your interest in becoming president?
Yeah. So when I first came into med school, I definitely did not think, oh, I want to run for president or any like student
Mhm.
government position. Literally before this, I've never been in any student government before.
Oh.
So like this is like brand new to
Mhm.
me. Um,
Have you ever been in any type of position of leadership?
yeah, I've been in leadership positions, but not in the like president type of position.
Got you.
More like peripheral leadership
Mhm.
positions. And like, yeah, when elections rolled around, what was it like October around
Yeah.
that? I saw people started having interest, and I'm a man of faith, and I,
Mhm.
I think that God showed me signs and laid it on my heart to apply um, for the presidential position. And like you're a witness. Like even when I did say, hey, I'm going to run for president, I didn't
Mhm.
like go out campaigning or like
Yeah,
trying
you
hard to
kept it
like push
very
people.
low
I was
key.
being really low
Yeah.
key. Like if I knew y'all, like
Mhm.
tell you, like my EC group, like I told them, like friends that I had, I would tell them. But I wasn't going around like, hey, I'm running for president, go come vote for me, come vote
Mhm.
for me. And like the reason I ran for president, it wasn't because of the title or like, oh, it's gonna look good on my application and whatnot. Because I knew it would be a lot of work, and I feel like it would not be worth it to put myself in such a position just for something as superficial as that. But I wanted to be a conduit for change in the school. I saw potential for change, potential for greater things in the school, and so I decided, yeah, I want to try out being president. I want to try running for it. If I don't get it, oh well. At least I tried running for it, and lo and behold, it worked out. I'm the president now.
Mhm.
Um, it's definitely been a roller coaster for sure, but I'm grateful that I've done it. I'm grateful that I've been able to have an impact on my class and the school
Mhm.
as a whole. Yeah,
Yeah, and you've made a major impact here, so
I
it's been very
appreciate
nice to
that.
see.
Thank you for
Yeah.
asking for sure.
Yeah. Um, and so can you tell me a little bit about how you manage your presidency? Because it sounds like you do so much, right? And then
Right.
I'm sure there's more that you do as well. So how do you manage your presidency while also managing the curriculum of medical school?
Yeah, well, I want to start off first, like giving you a shout out and
Mhm.
couple other people too that have like helped me in managing my workload,
Mhm.
especially when we're getting all these extra necessary assignments
Mhm.
from various areas such as like clinical skills and whatnot. And yeah, people like you have been helping me, which I appreciate so much because,
Yeah.
like you said, it's a lot of work being a president and like just trying to manage it. I think what I've done is really just been good at being flexible and being able to just go with the flow and adapt with whatever is thrown at me. That's something that's always been a strength of mine, just being able to adapt in any situation. So I think that
Mm.
with school already being a lot of work, and then I have now this president position where I'm going to all these meetings, always having to do something for admin or something. I think I've just done a good job of just being adaptable. Unfortunately, sometimes I have to sacrifice certain areas of my life outside of school,
Mm-hmm.
but I think it's a good trade off because I'm actually making a difference
Yeah.
in the lives of others.
Yeah,
For sure.
for sure. And I'm sure like as time goes by, we're getting more like adjusted to how we are as students, and it's probably a little bit easier now for you to pick up your other responsibilities or hobbies that you may have had, right?
Exactly. Yeah, I've gotten a little bit better at managing my time as president. So now I'm finding more time to do things outside of school,
Mm-hmm.
just because I'm used to, or like I kind of know what to expect.
Yeah. Okay, cool. And then what would you say some strengths and some weaknesses that you learned about yourself through this role?
Hmm. Strengths and weaknesses.
Mm-hmm.
I would say one strength is patience, because you need a lot of patience dealing with all these different personalities, all
Mm-hmm.
these different characters in our school.
Yeah, it's not only students,
Yeah,
but also like admin
admin
side
as
as
well.
well.
Exactly. So that's
Mm-hmm.
something I've definitely noticed about myself. I'm a lot more patient than I thought I was. What a strength. Hmm. I guess leadership, right? Because being president is a leadership position. And like I said before, I've never been a president before. I've never been in a student government position before. And so I think I've shocked myself with how well I've been handling the position. At first,
Mm-hmm.
I definitely was nervous. I still remember the very first meeting we had. Like, they didn't give me any training. They didn't tell me what to do, what to
Mm.
expect, how I was supposed to run a
They just threw
meeting.
you
Yeah, they
in
just threw
there.
me in there. I was just like, okay, guys, here
Mm-hmm.
we are. Like,
Mm.
but it's definitely been a learning curve, and I think I've done a good job at getting better as time went on. I'm in my position,
Mm.
and especially with that leadership aspect again, being comfortable with being able to like tell people what to do, but in a respectful way.
What about
Says
like communication?
communication 100%. That's extremely
Mm-hmm.
important,
Yeah.
especially because, like I mentioned before, SGA is just a collection of different committees, right?
Mm-hmm.
So communication is literally so important. And I describe my position as being like a conductor, and as a conductor, you have to communicate, right? You're watching the symphonies where they're doing all the hand wave stuff. That's
Mm-hmm.
not just on random stuff. It's communication, and yeah, communication has been extremely important. The SGA wouldn't be able to function without
Yeah.
communication. And honestly, I think we've done a great job so far
Yeah, for
with
sure.
communicating.
For sure, yeah. And like you communicate, I'm pretty sure with like majority of the people in our class, but then also admin side, the dean, and then also the CEO of Hackensack
Yeah,
as well. So
exactly.
you're
Yeah.
dealing with some really big players here that you've been, you know, doing it very well. So yeah.
Exactly. And I think that and not only that I've been doing it well, but since the beginning, I think I've gotten better at just being able to communicate, because
Yeah.
I've realized just how important it is, not even just in SGA, but in life in general, in medicine, right? You need to be able to
Mhm.
communicate. So I think that actually I'm grateful for this position because it's allowed me to further develop my communication skills.
Yeah. And then what are some weaknesses that you have
Mm.
noticed about yourself?
Weak-
Keeping it real.
Weaknesses. It's always my hardest one because
You
I'm
just
just
so
built different. Like it's hard to find a weakness. Let's see,
Mhm.
a weakness. Yeah, so I would say that something I definitely would like to get better with is just like I think that sometimes I forget that I'm on a team, and so like I'll just like go with the flow with certain things, or like kind
Mhm.
of just like wing certain things, but I forget like, oh, these people are also here too, so I have to make sure that
Mhm.
you know making sure that they're aware of what's going on, because sometimes I just stay in my own mind,
So maybe
and
like more collaboration, you would say?
exactly, yeah, and I'm not forgetting that I'm on a team. Sometimes that does slip my mind,
Mhm.
and that leads to me also increasing the workload for myself. I'm gonna name Sarah. She's a VP. She's reached out to me before just because she's noticed that I've like put a lot of work on myself. She was like,
Mhm.
"Hey, dude, like if you need anything at all, like please, like don't be afraid to like pass on any work to me or anything like
Mhm.
that, because like I have a habit of just like taking everything on myself.
Mhm.
And it's not like intentional, like, oh, like I don't trust these people. I don't think they're gonna do their job. I just like I don't know. I just like feel that drive to take on all that work, all
Yeah.
that workload for myself. So I would say that's a weakness. Then just taking on too much work when I can easily delegate it
Mm-hmm.
to everyone
Yeah.
else.
But at least you're becoming aware of it, so that's pretty good that you can work on it in the future. How do you believe that your experience as president of the student body will make you a better doctor in the future?
Um, I think it goes back to the strengths, a couple of the strengths that I mentioned, the leadership, the communication. Because when you're a doctor in a hospital, you're not just working alone. You're working on a team with nurses, with techs, with social workers. You name it.
Mm-hmm.
You're going to be working with all different types of people from different fields and areas. And I feel like having the experience of being president, where okay, I'm working with the treasurer, I'm working with the wellness committee, I'm working with the social media, the alumni chair, event chair. So I kind of have I'm developing that skill set of communicating, collaborating with people from different areas. And I
Mm-hmm.
think that'll be extremely helpful for me in my career as a physician. And doctors are leaders, every single one of them. And so, having a leadership experience is going to help tremendously when I'm finally a physician.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, for sure. And then also, I sit on the student government board as co-chair for the wellness committee, and I'm able to witness Jude in action. And I can say that
Yeah.
he knows everyone at a personal level within our class, and he really takes into account their values when making decisions. And also, I've noticed that you've never gone on a power trip, and you stay true to yourself. So it's been nice to see you growing up like professionally and just like as a friend
Right.
as well.
Yeah, and I do want to add that this is the goat right here. She's one of the hardest workers on the SGA, and honestly inspires me a lot. She pushes me honestly, and my dad always said a saying that iron sharpens iron, and I really feel like you've really pushed me, you've sharpened me a lot. You've kind of like made me like tap into like that potential that's there. And I'm extremely grateful for that. And for the
Oh,
power trip thing too, like yeah, that was something I told myself to like when if I get elected, if I win the election, like I'm not gonna let that change me, who I
hmm
am. I'm not gonna like, try to flex. Like, oh yeah, I'm the president. I'm gonna walk around. Yeah, I'm
hmm
going to
I
always
mean, he
like bring.
does call
Yeah,
himself El
El
Prez like all
Prez.
the
Like, come on, that's
time,
a hard
but
name. That's a fire name, but you can't blame me for that.
yeah.
But yeah, no, definitely. I always want to stay true to myself and never get lost in the sauce.
hmm
Yeah.
And then finally, what advice would you give to someone who wants to become involved in their student government?
I would tell them to make sure that it's something that you actually want to do, something that where you can see yourself actually making a difference, and you notice on firsthand, with people going into these positions with the wrong intentions, and then when they get in, they do absolutely nothing.
Hmm
They don't make any effort to make any change or difference. It's just something for them to put on their resume. So I would definitely advise you if you want to go into SGA, whatever position you want to go into, make sure it's something that you actually feel in your heart that you want to do, that you want to impact people's lives, help your colleagues. Because at the end of the day, that's what we're doing. We're helping our colleagues. We're not helping ourselves, right? I'm not helping myself by being in this position. I'm putting more work on my plate.
hmm
Versus not helping herself being as the wellness committee
Yeah.
chair. She's putting more work on her plate.
It's a big time commitment as
It's a
well.
big time commitment, and
Hmm
so you want to make sure that this is something you actually want to do, um, because it's a serious position. Like if I wasn't taking my job seriously, it would have negative implications on my classmates, and it
hmm
would manifest. But I take my job very seriously. I'm passionate. I actually want to help and make their lives better as students. And yeah, just make sure it's something you really want to do. Think about it hard. Make sure that it's not something that you're just gonna go in and then you're just gonna like, all right, I'm gonna do whatever I want because I have the position now. No, make sure you're actually committed to everything that comes with the job.
Well, thank you so
Yeah,
much for sitting
of
down with
course.
us
Thank you for
and
having me.
being interviewed.
Yeah.
Okay, until next time. Bye.
All right. Bye.
I hope that you enjoyed listening to Jude speak about his role as president of the Student Government Association and that his words inspire you to get involved at your school in a meaningful way.